पावन पुण्य सवेरा, से आए अपने आप को जानो, राजयोग के द्वारा अपना परम पिता पहचानो। इसी राजपथ पर चलकर पालो अपना बसेरा। तुम हो आत्मा तन से न्यारे, परमात्मा को प्यारे, दिव्य गुणों को धारण करके योगी बनो दुलारे। ज्योति बिंदु ही तोड़ेगा ये माया मोह का घेरा। अंतर मन में ज्योति जगा लो, होगा दूर अंधेरा। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
ब्रह्मा मुख से शिव की वाणी, स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएगी। राजयोग सत्कर्म के द्वारा दुनिया नई बनाएगी। ब्रह्मा मुख से शिव की वाणी स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएगी। राजयोग सत्कर्म के द्वारा दुनिया नई बनाएगी। ब्रह्मा मुख से शिव की वाणी। ना दुख ना अशांति होगी, घर घर में सुख शांति होगी। ना दुख ना अशांति होगी, घर घर में सुख शांति होगी। एक धर्म एक राज होगा, हर एक सर पर ताज होगा। एक धर्म एक राज होगा, हर एक सर पर ताज कर्म के द्वारा दुनिया नहीं बनाएगी। ब्रह्मा मुख से शिव की वाणी। सत्य अहिंसा के पथ पर शिव चलना सिखा रहे हैं। हो सत्य अहिंसा के पथ पर शिव चलना सिखा रहे हैं। त्याग तपस्या और सेवा करना सिखा रहे हैं। त्याग तपस्या और सेवा करना सिखा रहे हैं। बाबा तेरी दिव्य वाणी सच्चा पथ दर्शाएगी। राजयोग सत्कर्म के द्वारा दुनिया नहीं बनाएगी। ब्रह्मा मुख से शिव की वाणी स्वर्ग धरा पर लाएगी। राजयोग सत्कर्म के द्वारा दुनिया नहीं बनाएगी। ब्रह्मा मुख से शिव की वाणी।
Om Shanti. Today, beloved Baba says to we children, explains about the incognito mother. In Bharat, God is told mother and father, but they do not know how he is the mother and father. And therefore today, Baba himself, through the mouth of Brahma, explains the incognito aspect that through Prajapita Brahma Baba, we have three main relationships. Even while having three relationships, we only have to claim the inheritance from one father, and therefore we only have to remember the one father. Today Baba is especially explaining about the new world creation. What is the contrast between the old world and the new world? How we claim our kingdom. The Supreme Teacher, the Supreme Father, and through the Alaukik Mother, we will fill ourselves with the aprons of the jewels of knowledge. And Baba is now speaking the Murli. Now we will listen to Baba's direct version. Beloved, Baba says, sweet children, in order to make your intellects divine, understand very clearly the things that the Father explains. In order to make your intellects divine, understand very clearly the things that the Father explains. First imbibe these yourselves and then inspire others to do the same. The question from today's Murli: which very deep and entertaining aspect should you understand very clearly? Which very deep and entertaining aspect should you understand very clearly? The Supreme Teacher says, how the incorporeal Father becomes everyone's mother and father, and the method he uses to create the world is a very deep and entertaining aspect. The incorporeal Father cannot create the world without a mother. How he adopts a body by entering it, how he adopts you children through that one's mouth, how Brahma is the father and also a mother, are all aspects that you have to very clearly understand and remember and keep in your consciousness. Song: You are the mother and the father. Om Shanti. Of those you call mother and father, it is surely the Father who gives instructions. This mother and father are combined. It is very difficult for human beings to understand this. Nevertheless, this is the main aspect to understand how the mother and father are combined. The incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is called the Father, is also called the Mother. This is a wonderful aspect. When the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, creates the human world, a mother is definitely needed. This aspect is so deep that it does not enter anyone's intellect. He is the Father of all, and so a mother is definitely needed. That Father is incorporeal, so whom should he adopt to be the mother? That Father is incorporeal, so whom should he adopt to be the mother? He doesn't marry anyone. All of these aspects are extremely deep and entertaining. New ones cannot understand these things. The newcomers cannot understand these things. And even the older ones do understand, they find it difficult to keep them in their consciousness. Only the children would remain in the consciousness of the mother and father. In Bharat, they address Lakshmi and Narayan as the mother and the father. They go in front of the Radhe and Krishna idols and call them the mother and the father. Now they are a prince and princess. Even a senseless person would not call them mother and father. People have just formed the habit of saying this. However, This aspect is totally unique. The incorporeal and the corporeal father becomes the mother and father. This aspect is known only to you children. Only the children of Lakshmi and Narayan would call them the mother and father. People think that those who have a lot of wealth and live in mansions and palaces are in heaven. Their children would say that their parents have a lot of happiness. They must surely have performed good deeds in their previous birth. Acha, when people sing, you are the mother and father, and through you we receive infinite happiness. It is to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the one Creator, that they sing this. He is the incorporeal, and we are His children. We souls are also incorporeal. So then, how does the incorporeal one create the world? The world cannot be created without a mother. It is a wonder how the world is created. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the creator of the new world. He comes into the old world to create the new world. But how does He create it? This is a very deep aspect. The incorporeal one is the one whom we call the mother and father. The father explains, I adopt you children. It is not a question of children emerging from a womb. How could so many children emerge in that way? Therefore, he says, I adopt this body and then adopt you children through this one's mouth. First he makes us belong to him, and then he adopts you children through this one's mouth. This Brahma is the father, the creator of the human world, and he is also the mother through whose mouth I adopt you children. It is only the father's task to adopt children in this way. There are many children now. Sannyasis cannot do this adoption. They have seekers, followers, and disciples. They cannot give infinite happiness. They never become the mother and the father. They cannot give you limitless happiness. They say that happiness is the droppings like a crow. Baba gives us the imperishable happiness for the whole cycle. Here it is an aspect of creation. Baba enters this one, and so it is the mouth-born creation who say, you are the mother and father. Therefore, this one is approved to be the mother. The father enters this one and creates you. This old man is the father of humanity, and so the mother also has to be elderly. It is an elderly one that is needed. You children now have to remember the mother and father. This one doesn't have any property. You become heirs. That is why this one is called Bab Dada. He becomes the mother and father, and Brahma Baba also becomes our elderly brother. You do not claim property from Prajapita Brahma. This Dada also claims it from that one. This one is called Dada as well as the mother. Otherwise, how could the mother and father be proved? How can there be children without a mother and father? This is something very deep and worth understanding and remembering. Our father is incorporeal and our mother is corporeal. Baba, you are the father. We have taken birth through this mother. We also definitely remember the inheritance. You have to remember that father. By having this knowledge, you are able to understand how the father enters this impure world. He says, the one whom I enter is also my son. He is your father and also your mother, and so you become the children. And so you become the children. You receive the inheritance by remembering the father. You receive the inheritance by not remembering the mother. You would not receive the inheritance by remembering the mother. You have to remember that father constantly and forget this body. These aspects of knowledge have to be understood. The father comes into the old world and creates the new world. He destroys the old one. You have to understand the aspect as who the mother is, who the father is, how we have to remember the father, how we claim our inheritance from the father. The father comes into the old world and creates the new world. He destroys the old one. Otherwise, who else would do that? The old world will be destroyed, and it is the task of the one incorporeal father. It is remember that destruction of the old world took place through Shankar. This too is fixed in the drama, which is why it is remembered. You children understand that a new kingdom is being created for you. Full preparations for destruction have been made. The world will be completely transformed. Full preparations for destruction have been made. We will be attaining our completion. There are so many of you and you are all claiming the kingdom. It is not that you have just accepted this with blind faith. Someone said that Rama Sita was abducted. People say true. If you don't understand something, you should ask and try to understand it. Otherwise, you would just remain senseless. You receive temporary happiness on the path of devotion. You receive the temporary fruit in that same birth or in the next birth for what you have done. On the path of devotion, they have chanting and prayers. They receive a temporary happiness. For some time, they remain pure. When people go on a pilgrimage, they remain pure for that short time. They do not commit any sins. They also give donations and perform charity. That is called happiness, like the droppings of a crow. Only you children can understand this because you have changed from monkeys into being worthy of living in a temple. In the golden age, you used to have divine intellects because that was the kingdom of divine gods and goddesses. There were palaces of gold. Now there is nothing but stone. There are only homes of bricks and cement. Who changes your divine intellects into stone intellects? Ravan, the form of the five vices. Only when everyone's intellect has become stone does the Father make your intellects divine. The knowledge of the seed and the tree is explained and understood easily. The mother explains each and every aspect to their children in the Laukik way. Even here, the Father Brahma explains each and every aspect. He explains the rest in detail and will continue to do so. In a nutshell, he says, what is Baba's first Shrimad? What does he explain to you? In a nutshell, the Father says, remember the Father. The essence of the Alaukic life is remember the Father, the one from whom you receive your inheritance. It is not necessary to remember the Mother. The Father says, children, remember me. Surely, children, you must have taken birth through a mother. You took birth in order to claim your inheritance from the mother and the father. Baba is explaining the importance of the father. Put aside this mother and put aside all bodily beings because you have to claim your inheritance from the Father. You have to claim your inheritance from the Father. Only when you remember the Father, you can claim your inheritance from Him. You children now understand that as well as being children of physical parents, you souls are the children of the spiritual Father. You have to completely forget the body and the bodily being. Forget all the bodily relationship and you have to forget them compulsorily. You souls are also children of the spiritual Father. You souls are also the children of the Alaukic Mother. That unlimited Father creates the new world. Bharat was heaven. Baba reminds you, Bharat was heaven. Lakshmi and Narayan were the masters of heaven. They are not that now. The unlimited Father explains that you have been receiving limited inheritances every birth because there are only limited inheritances in hell. We receive Laukik inheritance or FD from the Father. There are only limited inheritances in hell. In heaven, an inheritance will not be called limited. Those inheritances are unlimited because you become masters of the unlimited, that is of the entire world. In the golden age, there will be only one kingdom, one world. That is the unlimited world.
वर्षा नहीं कहेगी, वह है बेहद का वर्षा, क्योंकि बेहद के अर्थात सारे सृष्टि के
Those inheritances are unlimited because you become masters of that unlimited, that is of the entire world. There are no other religions there. Limited inheritances,
हर का वर्षा
limited inheritances start in the copper age, whereas in the golden age they are unlimited.
में जो कमाई की है उसकी प्रारब्ध हमसे
The income you have got in the confluence age,
तुमको बेहद की बच्ची
you will enjoy the reward in the golden age.
रानी तथा
You have the unlimited kingdom
पारस्तान
as are the king and queen. So the subjects, everyone there will be Satopradhan.
हम सारी सृष्टि के
The subjects too would say that they are masters of the entire world.
कि हम सारे सृष्टि के
People at present do not say that they are the masters of the entire world.
गले लगी पड़ी
Now there are a lot of limitations. They say you cannot enter our water, this is our land.
वहाँ प्रजा भी कहेगी हम विश्व के
There even the subjects will say that they are masters of the entire world. That their empress and emperor, Lakshmi and Narayan are also the masters of the world. We now understand that there will only be one kingdom there.
स्वर्गिक सृष्टि की
That sovereignty is unlimited.
स्वर्गिक सृष्टि ही बेहद की सृष्टि
The world of heaven
क्या था किसकी बुद्धि में भी नहीं
is the
की विधाता
unlimited sovereignty.
भारत की सच्ची महिमा
It is not in anyone's intellect what Bharat was like previously.
तुम बच्चों को अब शिक्षा
You children are now receiving instructions to take your inheritance from the unlimited Father.
तो जरूर हम ले रहे
We are saying this
बेहद का
and we must therefore definitely be claiming it. The unlimited Father is the creator of heaven.
स्वर्ग का रचयिता बेहद का बाप है
It has been remembered.
अजी
It has been remembered.
21 पीढ़ी राज्य
Fortune for 21 generations.
पीढ़ी क्यों कहते हैं
Why is the word generations used?
वहाँ बूढ़े होकर मरे
Because you only die when you are old there. There is no untimely death. Women never become widows there. There is no weeping or wailing there. Here there is so much weeping and wailing. Even babies there don't cry. Here they purposely make babies cry so that their lungs can expand. There is no such thing there. There the systems and customs give happiness to everyone. There is no such thing there. All of you children understand that we are claiming our inheritances from the unlimited Father, just as we did in the previous cycle. 84 births are now ending, and it is time to return. Your sins will only be absolved by constantly remembering the Father and the inheritance. The meaning of Manmanabhav is so easy. Although that Gita is false, there are a few things in it that are true. There are many things that are false. few things are true. Remember me, your father. Remember me, your father is also mentioned in Gita. Shri Krishna doesn't say, remember me, you have to come to me. But the Supreme Soul now tells you souls, all of you souls have to return like a swarm of mosquitoes. When the souls will go to the land of liberation, all the souls have to return like a swarm of mosquitoes. So souls will definitely follow the Father, the Supreme Soul. Shri Krishna is a bodily being. He wouldn't say, remember me, the soul. His name is Krishna. No soul can say this because all souls are brothers. The Father says, I am incorporeal. My name is Shiva. How could Shri Krishna say this? He has a body. Shiv Baba doesn't have a body of his own. Shiv Baba says, your children didn't have bodies at first either. Shiv Baba says, your children didn't have bodies at first either. Your souls were incorporeal and you then adopted bodies. You are now aware of the beginning, the middle and the end of the drama. Baba looks at our completion form and then speaks to us. How, when and why does the Father create the world? How, when and why does the Father create the world? There is this concept, the turn bound. The world already existed, yet it is also remembered that a new world was made through Brahma. Therefore, the Father definitely made it out of the old world. In order to make the old world a new world, there is a saying. Baba speaks about the definitions, songs, proverbs, so that we children get liberated from this old body and the old world and imbibe Baba's teachings. And therefore, in order to change the old world into the new world, there is a saying. What is that saying? It is said that human beings were made into deities. It is said that human beings were made into deities. The Father says, I change you from human beings into deities through this study. You were worthy of worship deities and you then became worshippers. People do not understand how 84 births are taken. Will everyone take 84 births? The population of the world continues to increase. So how could everyone take 84 births? Surely those who come later in the cycle take fewer births. How could anyone take 84 births within 25 to 50 years? This is the discourse of self-realization, but they have portrayed this discourse of self-realization as a weapon. You souls are now aware of how you have gone through 84 births.
ये था स्वदर्शन चक्र। हमने 84 जन्म
The cycle is now coming to an end. The drama is about to repeat.
से ड्रामा को रिपीट कर
The drama is about to repeat. The cycle is now coming to an end. We are not doing anything new. We are just standing on the track of repetition. The original eternal deity religion that disappeared is now needed again.
मनुष्य कहते हैं कि गॉड फादर
Human beings say, "O God the Father, have mercy."
अच्छा तुमको दुख से लिबरेट कर
The Father says, "Acha, I liberate you from sorrow and make you happy." The Father's task is to make everyone happy. That is why I come every cycle and make Bharat like a diamond.
बहुत सुखी बनाता
I make you all very happy and send all the rest to the land of liberation.
भगत चाहते भी है भगवान से मिलने
Devotees also want to meet God so that they can be happy.
ये का
But sannyasis have already said that happiness is like the droppings of a crow.
एकांत विस्तार समान सुख और दूसरा फिर कहते हैं इस ड्रामा के खेल में
The other thing they say is that they do not want to return and act in this drama.
अब मोक्ष तो
They want eternal liberation. However, they cannot receive eternal liberation. This drama is predestined.
बच्चे अभी जानते
You children now understand the history and geography of the entire world and how the cycle turns. You children know how the cycle turns.
स्वदर्शन
This is also called the cycle of self-realization.
इसको ही स्वदर्शन चक्र कहा जाता है यह
How the soul
स्वदर्शन
takes 84 births in the whole cycle is called the cycle of self-realization. They portray everyone's head being cut off by a discus, and they also show a play about the beheading of Kans. However, there is no such thing. We children know about ourselves. We know about the drama. We know about the cycle. And therefore, there is no blind faith here.
उस स्वरूप से देह दुनिया से हम मुक्त हो
We have been liberated from the body and the bodily relationship.
यह तो
Here, there is no violence. This is a study. You have to study and claim your inheritance from the Father.
परम शिक्षक की पढ़ाई से अविनाशी सुख पाएंगे
From the Supreme Teacher, we receive the study and claim our inheritance.
वर्षा लेने के लिए इसको कत्ल करते हैं क्या
No one there murders his father in order to claim an inheritance.
ने आपको दिखा दिया है वह होता है हद का
Those inheritance are limited, whereas here, the inheritance you claim from the unlimited Father are unlimited. They have mentioned so many things about wars in the Gita.
नष्ट किया मार डाला सारी धरती लाल हो गई
They show many things in the Gita.
मैं तो कुछ भी
There is nothing like that.
पांडवों की लड़ाई वास्तव में कोई के साथ है
In fact, the Pandavas do not fight anyone.
बात से आत्मान के अस्तित्व को कायम करने के लिए ही हम श्रीमत से बुराइयों
We now follow Srimad
बार बार
and imbibe divine virtues.
चाक को हटा के 64 निकल आती है युद्ध ये था लड़ाई ये थी पढ़ाई ये थी चढ़ाई ये
This is the war, this is the battle of the soul with Maya.
उसको प्रतीक के रूप में
There are so many things mentioned about wars in the Gita. There is nothing like that. In fact, the Pandavas do not fight anyone. We now conquer the vices and the vicious actions or the sinful actions, and therefore we need to spin the discourse of self-realization. It is through the power of yoga that you children claim your inheritance of the new world from the unlimited Father. There is no question of a war. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, Father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. We spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana.
इस पीढ़ी का वर्षा लेने के
In order to claim your inheritance, for 21 generations, constantly make effort to remember the Father and the inheritance.
किसी भी देहधारी या
Do not remember any bodily beings.
दूसरा पॉइंट बुद्धि में स्वदर्शन चक्र फिराते रहना है
Make your intellect continue to spin the discus of self-realization.
ये बने तो कैसे बने
We were worthy of worship and we then became worshippers.
बुद्धि में स्वदर्शन चक्र फिराते रहना
When we spin the discus of self-realization, it helps us as how we have to remember the Father.
84 जन्मों का चक्र पूरा किया
We have completed the cycle of 84 births and the drama is now about to repeat again. From being worshippers, we have to become worthy of worship. To have this awareness means to spin the discus of self-realization.
समानता द्वारा समीपता की सीट फर्स्ट डिवीजन में आने वाले
Blessing. May you be a victorious jewel who enters the first division by taking a close seat through being equal.
विजयी रत्न समय की समीपता के साथ साथ
Because of the closeness of time,
के समान
now make yourself equal to the Father.
संस्कार और सेवा सब में बात
Become like the Father, that is, be close to Him in your thoughts, words, actions, sanskars, and service.
सहयोग इस मेरे काम
Experience the Father's company, cooperation, and love in your every thought.
और स्नेह का
Experience the Father's company, cooperation, and love in your every thought. Constantly experience the Father's company and feel your hand in His hand, and you will enter the first division.
एक बाप से
Have constant remembrance and total love for the one Father, and you will become a victorious jewel in the garland of victory.
क्या कह रहे बाबा अभी भी
Even now, you still have a chance. The board of too late
आज के महान
has not yet been put up.
दाता बन
Slogan.
अनेक आत्माओं को दुख शांति से
To be a bestower of happiness and do the service of liberating many souls from sorrow and peacelessness is to be a Sukadev, a bestower of happiness.
मन की एकाग्रता के लिए सेकंड बाय सेकंड
Now the point to become avyakt. For the concentration of the mind, keep walking on the path of drama, second by second.
उसी के साथ साथ मन की
Let your state of mind continue to move along with the manner in which the drama is progressing. Do not fluctuate.
मन अर्थात संकल्प शक्ति को ब्रेक लगाने
Mind means let the power of thought have the power to apply a brake and to turn. Through this, the power of the intellect will not go waste. Energy will accumulate. The more the power of the mind and intellect accumulates, the more the power to discern and judge will increase.
का स्वमान है अभ्यास है
Now the self-respect for the January month.
मैं दर्शनीय मूर्त आत्मा
I am a soul of visible image. I am a soul of visible image.
कौन सा पुरुषार्थ हमें दर्शनीय मूर्त बनाए
For churning,
दर्शनीय मूर्त
which effort will make us a visible image?
बातों पर हमें अटेंशन
What things do we have to pay attention to in order to become a visible image?
में आत्मा
While in yoga practice, I, the soul, am a visible image. I, the soul, am a visible image. Many devotees are standing in queues and experiencing happiness, peace, love, and joy. Sit in your worship-worthy form. Sit in your worship-worthy form and do the service of giving sakash through the mind. Om Shanti. Shantivan Nivasi Trial Surrender Sisters will have an experience sharing. Tomorrow Amritvala Yoga will be in the Diamond Hall. The collective meditation in the evening will be in the conference hall. Now 2 minutes we will sit in Baba's remembrance. Om Shanti.